So I think I got on my computer safely. Yeah. All right. Okay. Did I see all the emojis? I think I saw some. I think only 3 people responded. Why? So others didn't enjoy. Okay, today I will be doing product designing tours, and we will have a class activity that we all are going to do right here, and it's going to be done by everybody together. But before we get there, let me get started. Okay. Of course, we've done design thinking, or we already started design thinking. So the process of creating a product, of course, always requires that we think before we do our design, so that we can create a product that is needed and acceptable, regardless of the requirement or what the product is for, whether it's for a new fintech product, whether it's to solve a problem for the community, whether it's to start a business. Of course, every business is expected to solve a problem or meet a need, right? Yeah, so today we'll be talking about product development or product design, sorry. So product design is the art and science of creating solutions that solve user problems and drive business success. Of course, if you're not solving problems, you're definitely not going to be successful. If you're not meeting needs, then that means nobody's going to be buying from you. That's what it simply means. So it combines creativity, technology, and user-centric thinking to craft meaningful experiences. So what is product design? Number one, product design is all about creating a user-centric, what's it called? Using a user-centric approach to create a product that will be acceptable in the society or in a community. Now, product design focuses on understanding and addressing user needs and their preferences and pain points. So that means we are not designing a product to suit ourselves or to fill our ego or to make ourselves feel good from time to time. It requires that we find a need in the community or in the society or within a need that requires a solution that will lessen the pain of a group of people. And it's not just for one person, but of course it's all about I want to create solutions to problems. Number two, it is about problem solving. So designers will identify and solve complex challenges through innovative and practical solutions. We have talked about it. Whether you are a UI UX designer or even digital media marketer, a marketer is marketing a product for people to come and buy. So whatever it is that you are creating is for you to call the attention of people who have needs for that thing that you are giving out to the community, or that solution that you have been able to find, solve, or to lessen a pain point. And number three, it's all about multidisciplinary field. It has like a multidisciplinary field. So it combines the elements of UI UX design, industrial design, and business strategy. Of course, marketing is a business strategy, and digital media marketing is just one way we market our product. So even before, so even what's it called, the process of creating a product or releasing a product in the market always starts with ideation. Even when you are generating needs or doing the need analysis, we always start from ideation. So ideation will now lead to creating um, a design, yeah, where you now have a UI UX engineer come on board, designing something that is suitable before it even gets to the marketer at all. So would have gone through the addition process, would have gone through the design, the look and feel of the product. In fact, we do the problem statement. Why do they need it? Why is this necessary? All of this would have gone into a what's it called, gone through it rather. And at the end, when we now have that solution, that's when we now start calling people, creating awareness, saying, "Oh, this is what we have created." So the engagement of a marketer, digital media marketer, traditional marketer is always necessary in the process of designing a product, so that when they come in, they know the process of designing it. So in their marketing strategy, they can design a strategy, or they can easily describe the process of the process, and yeah, the process of, we can relate the process here to how people want to receive or what the needs are, so that when they are informing the people about, okay, yeah, so it can also inform the way you design your graphics for ads, because you understand what the product is all about. You were there when it was being produced, you were there when they were creating it, and so you can now sell it in a way that the community will understand it. You're not selling it different. When you don't understand the foundation or the composition of a product, you are most likely not going to be selling it properly. So, but when you're a part of a thing, it's going to be very easy for you to communicate the essence of that thing to other people that you want to buy, to have their buy-ins. All right, so remember we had this already, design thinking process. I'm just reiterating it. It's all about empathizing. So when you're designing a product, you must start from empathy. You must understand the user needs through research and observation. And we're going to be practicing that now in the classroom. Like I said earlier at the beginning, we're going to be having a classwork, and everyone that participates will be identified, and then I'm going to keep record of it, and it's going to be recorded. So you have to understand your user needs through research and observation. Of course, if you do not ask question or find out, you won't know what exactly the pain is that they're having, the solution that they desire, or you won't know how to ideate for a solution that will help to lessen the pain or eliminate it completely. Then after you're done with that, you must be able to define it. That's where you now state your problem. Clearly articulate the problem to be solved. That's where we have the problem statement. Okay, so this is the problem, and that we have identified. And then the next will be to ideate, generate a wide range of creative solutions. So these are the things that we're going to be doing right now in class. We'll generate a wide range of creative solutions, and then after that, we now create a tangible representation of the ideas for testing. That's the prototype. And then when we're done with that, we now gather user feedback to refine and improve the design. Hopefully we can do the testing, but of course we can get to, with what we're going to do in class now, I'm hoping that is an idea that we will push. And if we have if we are able to work hard on it, and then we think, oh yes, we can really push it, Yeah, I think I'll be glad to make sure it gets we support it here. Let me put it that way for now. We would support it, even if it means if it's something that you're creating a digital solution, or if your solution rather is a digital one, then we can support it and you will see your idea flying and you'll be able to run it together as a group. All right, so product designing requires user research, like we already said, and empathy. You will do user interviews, but right now, the one we're going to start in the classroom, of course, it's just a process of ideation and then brainstorming. That's what we're going to do in class, but I'll expect that you take it further by pushing it out there, and then you start the process from the classroom now. We're all going to I'm going to allow you guys to work on it. You brainstorm right here in the classroom and come up with your idea for that product that we're about to design. Then you have to create surveys and questionnaires. So in the class, you must be able to sit down together and agree on, okay, what are we going to be doing? So in this, so I'm trying to let you know what we're going to do, because we'll get to the process of the class work now, and we're going to create that product. So user interviews, we conduct in-depth conversations to uncover user motivations, behaviors, and pain points. Number 2 is surveys and questionnaires, gather quantitative data to support qualitative insights and identify trends. Then you do usability testing, where you observe users interacting with products to identify areas for improvement. We'll get there. And then empathy mapping. We visualize users' thoughts, their feelings, and actions to build a deeper understanding. And next, we'll be thinking, so this is the ideation and concept generation process. So I'll expect that as we're coming together as a group, we have to brainstorm. So we have to generate a large quantity of ideas without judgment. We're getting into it now. So we will have to also do some sketching. You quickly visualize concepts to communicate and refine your ideas. And then the process also would require that you mind map, you visually organize and connect ideas to explore relationships. And then, yeah, you can engage this camper process where you use prompts to modify existing ideas and generate. So from an existing idea, you can put multiple old ideas together and use it to generate a new idea. So we're going to be doing that right here in the class this evening. So I'll expect you to do this. So this is what I'll expect you to do. I'm going to unleash our task, our classroom task now. So it's the class work. Of course, it's your class project actually. So what you're going to do now together as a group, everybody in this classroom, we are going to do it and we're going to score you. It's going to be recorded, and if we need to push it, I can assure you if it's worthy of support, we push it out there and we can continue to work on it for as long as we want. If it's a genuine idea and something that is worthy of supporting, I promise I'll make sure that happens. So number one, this is what we're going to do. We're going to identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa, any problem at all. So you brainstorm now in your class, using the design thinking process, you will come up with a solution, a product to solve the problem. So in your solution, remember, so now the task is to identify any problem. So you guys will agree. Of course, you have to come up, remember this part, brainstorming, you have to generate a large quantity of ideas without judgment. So when people are dropping their ideas, please do not judge them. Just listen. So first thing I will expect you guys to do is have a team lead and then a scribe. So the team lead will lead the conversation, and the scribe will be taking note of everything that you are all discussing. And so in your discussion, I will expect that you pay attention to the design thinking process of empathizing, defining, ideating, and then yeah, we'll prepare for the prototyping process of design thinking. Remember, in your conversation, in your discussion, remember that you can use interviews in your research. So plan for your interview. You can even plan your interview questions here in this class now. You can also plan to create your surveys and questionnaires in this class now, and then you can go ahead and create a Google. Yeah, I'm just trying to give you ideas on what to do. I think I've done that a couple of times, and it worked. So plan on what to do right now in the classroom together, and please make sure it's whatever it is you're doing, make it simple and concise. Don't let it be too lengthy, because we're only trying to do a lo-fi prototype now. Let's just do a lo-fi for now. We're not doing hi-fi yet, so that we don't need to put in too much resources. But right now we need to put in a lot of our mind and our heart, so that we can create a project or a program. We can create a product, that is out of the world. So I'm going to leave you now, and then I'll be back. I'm here right now. That's what I mean. I'll be here. I'll mute myself rather, and then I'll watch you attempt this class project. So the project is for you to identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. Let's see how together we can solve, Africa's problem as tech experts, and we can also use digital media and technology to solve Africa's problem. So I hand over to you all. Oni Ajayi, Simon Adade, Ifele Kedinyo, Jesse Omondi, Ignes Oliver, Georgine Pudding, and Oluwatomi Singh. And we have, who else? Simon Adade, yeah, Georgine, Oni, okay, I think I've called Cyrus, yeah, Kalonji. So you all are working together. Okay, and then Adeni Ipadekemi. So please choose a project lead, choose a scribe, and then let's create a product that can solve problems, or at least one problem that you all will agree to work on, that can solve part of Africa's problem. Thank you. If you have questions, I'm here. I'll answer your questions, but I'll be muted and I'll be watching you guys. Over to you. The first thing is to vote your leader, or someone can volunteer to take the lead. Yeah, anybody can volunteer to take the lead. And you guys can unmute to have a classroom discussion. It's okay to unmute and talk, right? Yeah, you can use the chat room and you can unmute and talk. Ajayi, do you want to take the lead? The class is silent, nobody's talking, and that's not what we want. Ajayi already started. You want to just go ahead and take the lead, then you can unmute and take the lead. Other people are there in the classroom that can take the lead. And then I think we have a class governor, right? If we do, is it in this class? If we do, then let the class governor take the lead, and let's identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. Or if you think you want a twist, please let me know. But I think we should just solve problems for a lot of young people, because they're facing a lot of challenges Africa too. So let's see what we can come up with. Please unmute. Can we unmute and let's hear our voices? Nobody's talking. The class is too quiet. Oni Ajayi, can you take the lead since you already dropped one? Maybe you want to, or maybe you guys want to drop your ideas for brainstorming in the chat room.
Hello, good evening. My own idea is one of the problems facing young Africa is migration and displacement. Migration and displacement. I think it's one of the problems facing the young Africa. They have issue of running from to Europe in order to make ends meet, and a lot of disaster in most of these African countries that are happening. I think it's one of the ideas too. That literally dragging young Africa back. You see.
Okay, so maybe I should go ahead and assign somebody to take the lead to coordinate the conversation. Goodness, are you willing to? Okay, so I think I'll mention 3 names: Oni Ajani, Goodness Oliver, and then Oluwatomisin. So if you're voting any one of okay, add a hand. Adeni Padekemi, if you're interested, then please go ahead and take the lead. I just need somebody to lead and then coordinate the discussion. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Well done. To the question, I wrote fuel scarcity and economic challenges. Actually, I don't know the solution for this fuel scarcity. What can be done to reduce the fuel scarcity and the price? But when it comes to economic challenges, everybody is facing it in all over the world, all over Africa. To me, I think the solution we can have is if we can engage more in agriculture. I think that will ease some of the economic challenges. At least we have some people that they have a lot of compounds, they have gardens in their compounds. At least if they can be planting some things, all these small yams, if it's all these small things, they can be planting it, plantain, they can plant it and they will be making some money out of it. Some people, they will just buy land, they will not be using it for anything. At least they can plant something there and it will be germinating a lot of things for them. They will be making cool money, and through that they can ease economic challenges. Through that they can ease it a little at least. And some of the thing is, with some of what the agricultural people are facing is because they don't have enough equipment in doing all those things. So I think at least if in a family, at least they have maybe in a home, if one person can be farming there, at least that home may save a little, even though they might not engage in all other things, but a little out of it we ease that home. But in this Africa now, we have more than 10, 50, 20 homes. They are not even planting anything. They depend on only the salary they are earning. That okay, by this salary I will buy this, buy that, buy all the provisions, and it will never be enough. So at least to ease these economic challenges, if we can be planting one thing or the other, some of us that have garden at our backyard, some that we have opportunity, that we have a land that is not used, we can actually borrow it and engage in it. If it's only Saturday, that only Saturday can be yielding a lot. Even if it's after service on Sunday, we can actually be making things out of it. That is my contribution, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, ma. Good evening, all. Yeah, I would support what the last speaker said about I think she noted out like 3 points: fuel scarcity, agriculture. Maybe I'm missing out some as well. Maybe it's just those two. So actually, the fuel scarcity, it's the government, like the people in power. Now we are leaving the aspect of I think this it's not more of politics. That's my own opinion, though. Though I think yeah, the youth can do something about that. But currently, I would say that one of the challenges the youth have in Africa, me now I'm using myself as a point, like as a reference, because I sat down I think a few days ago and I was like, goodness, what skill do you have? Like, I literally don't have so much skills, and youths of these days, they don't, I think they don't actually feel the need to acquire skills. I would say on the safer side, we youths, we should not just focus on education. Yeah, I get education is very, very important, and I think Nigeria is doing well in that aspect of the youths wanting to go to school. Some of these Yahoo guys, some of these fraudsters, they have gone to school, they are in school, and they are still doing whatsoever they want to do. But if the idea of skill acquisition is promoted and platforms that actually helps you to connect with organizations that can help them acquire skill with little funding or actually no funding at all, like the My Dream Connect, this organization, this establishment, it will help. And not just that, but also to help them to put out these outstanding youths. So prospective investors, or I don't know, company CEOs or whoever could reach out to them, can reach out to them. Now, education has already offered us that insight that yes, agriculture is needed. It's obvious. Agriculture is needed, white collar job and all of those things. We already have that already, especially for youths that are thinking, because not all the youths are thinking. Most of the youths are not thinking, they are just doing, they want it quick. But from other youths that are thinking, they know that agriculture. Now, when I get the money, it's obviously when I start earning money that I would want to invest in businesses that will give me more proceeds. So I feel that if there are more platforms to help the youths in Africa to acquire more skills, digital skills. If it's in agriculture, they should know more about agriculture. If it's in tech or whatsoever area that is needed, they know it. They are equipped, and also they are given a chance. Like, it's not all obviously everybody. Few persons to be the best and all of that. So, but those outstanding youths are given an opportunity and they are supported, they're encouraged, to not only lessen the crime rates, which is this Yahoo stuff, because actually why they are going into this Yahoo stuff, why the the Japa syndrome and all of that is because most of them are experienced, and I feel maybe they don't have what the source or the connection to like put in all of this effort they are putting in doing Yahoo, and it's actually a quicker means for them and all of that. So in short, sorry for wasting your time. I think skill acquisition for as many used to be empowered with skills, not just education. If you can get 2, you can get 3. Start it up. Let's yeah, I think that's it. And then also promote them that they are out for prospective investors, like people to help them out to stand up to develop. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so I want to say thank you to you all, but I still need somebody to lead. I'm not going to lead the conversation. It's your class project. So someone needs to pick it up and lead, and then somebody needs to be writing. I don't have to be the one to, I just want to be watching and then listen and support from behind. But you guys will take the responsibility to like, okay, let's put this together and then let's see how we can now all work together at the end of, the addition process to now see, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and then by doing that, we're solving, community problems. So I'm not going to be the lead. I'm not going to be the scribe. The scribe must come from you, and the lead also come from you. So it would be nice for you all to agree. And then someone should just say, okay, if goodness can take the lead, why not? And then ask each person to come up. So that means you have to. So taking the lead means you will be the one to call on, okay, Oni Ajayi, what's your unmute and tell us what you think, Simon, and then somebody is putting together all of this. Do you understand? So thank you very much, Father Kemi and just goodness for the contribution. But I think someone from the classroom should please take that lead and then let's fire. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, Ma. So I joined the class late. I could only get the part where it said,
I understand. Okay. So please, if you want to take the lead, you are free to. You can take the lead and engage every other person in the conversation. Let everybody, contribute, and then at the end of the day, we'll come up with a project and they will definitely run it. Thank you.
okay. A quick one, Ma. Sorry. What? Just give a brief rundown on what.
So now you need to identify. Can you see my screen?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. Using design thinking process, come up with a solution, a product to solve the problem. So it's like a class discussion. So remember before you came in, I said the process of ideation requires that we brainstorm. When we're done with brainstorming, we move it to the next level. So in our brainstorming process, we ensure that we engage empathy in our thinking. We think about the users, what are the problems that you guys are already doing. And then we now want to come up with what is the problem, what is the real problem, come up with the problem statement. And then when we're done with finding this is the problem statement, we now create real ideas on, okay, this is the solution we want to run. And then we take it from there. Then you can create your surveys, questionnaires, or interviews to find out more from others. This is like we are on the table, or we are on the round table to come up with solutions to problems that is faced by Africans, young Africans.
Okay, Ma.
Thank you.
Let can I start? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'll need your help in doing this. So I don't know. Does anyone have any, suggestion or contribution to this? Identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. We're all young. We're all youth. So I think we should have an idea of the problems we are facing, and obviously it's going to be we are not the only person. Like we're not the. It's not just an individual problem. Oluwatomisin. Yeah, please, you can speak up.
Okay, yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Sorry, I'm not being active in class this evening. I'm actually like working around so many things. That's why I could not actually participate as I wish to. But I think we are still leaving something behind. That's what to call your attention to goodness. We need someone who can take down these notes. So before you put, because that would be on the safer side, so that eventually, as you're speaking or we are giving ideas, if it's not taken down, they may actually fly away. So it's either two ways. The person can write it down in a note, or the person can write it down as a chat, drop it in the chat box. After saying it, the scribe can write it in the chat box. So it will be saved. So it will
Okay,
be saved also. So just to ensure that we are doing the right thing. Not
yeah.
that we are trying to do the right thing, but eventually in the long run, we lost almost all the ideas we dropped. So I think that's what I really want to say. But I'll still coming later on to drop another
Okay,
question.
because
Thank you.
I'm with my writing materials. That's why I did not bother saying it. But please, for anyone that would also want to pen
Okay.
it down, yeah, we're all free. We're all free to do that. with mine. So I don't know if you have any contribution to what we're talking about. Mr. Oluwat. Okay, Simon. Yeah, please you can speak up.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
One of the problems I identify facing young Africa is migration and displacement.
Okay.
One of the major problems, particularly facing our country, Nigeria, and it's always part of it that make people run away from their ancestral country to other place. And the root cause is very simple. One of the root cause, you did mention it from the initial speech, skill acquisition and education. Of course, we know that people tend to go to school without acquiring more skill. And in this modern technology now, it all boils down to having a skill. And if you have a skill, if 80% of the youth in Africa have skill, I don't think we have need of us going to other countries to go and survive. Another problem too, also economic opportunity. Economic opportunity also boils down to government not creating that opportunity for people to strive. Creating the opportunity is the essence of kind of infrastructure, building basic amenities for people to like use and learn. Because some community, for instance, in most of the Africa, don't have access to common light, neither before we talk about technology. And these are the things that make people to develop and to grow fast in this modern economy. We also have issue of infrastructure deficit. Of course, in this country, we know that infrastructure deficit is one of the major issues that is hindering even agricultural product, because some youth have that mindset of going into agriculture, but there's more kind of no infrastructure like basic tractors, good network, security for people to like go to their farm and do their normal work. We also have a kind of issue of a community conflict. Of course, we are in Africa where we have neither religion conflict or community conflict. So a young African may tend to like develop an hectare of farm to start production, and a couple of more you see village by village having some crisis. It's neither caused by either religion problem or community conflict. So all those factors also contribute in making young Africa to like leave the country and go to other places. And all those things that all boil down to one, all these things are being solved. Create a good policy that will rather make people to like settle down in their country. One of those good policies is just to straighten the laws. If you straighten the law that govern the country, people will tend to like, okay, if Mr. A is a criminal, he should be jailed for being a criminal. It's like if you're stealing a gold, you should be jailed. If it's stealing money, everybody should be like kind of equal. Those policies will make people believe in their country. Okay, that means if you eventually do something like this, I need to pay a fine for it. We also have internal cooperation. Internal cooperation is the essence of migration. When people migrate from other countries too, because migration is a natural thing. It does not start from now. But there are people that will migrate with skill. That when those people come into our country, we just need to, government need to like harness them in order for them to impact those skills. If you use most of these multinational company in our country, for instance, some of their workers are being taken from China and other country, of which in some advanced country, the quotation of who they give that, okay, if you are developing this factory here, you have to take a percentage of my youth involved. If you are bringing expatriates, you are bringing 10 of them, you have to take some percentage of Nigeria youth in order to like make them to learn those particular skills, so that in subsequent time, they may likely gain that more learning. And there are some short-term solutions that government can still do. Those short-term solutions is in the area of food and security aid. Yeah, of course, some government in various level give aid in terms of food or in terms of seedling, because as a youth, let me use myself for instance. Where I come from, we produce cocoa, and every year from June, July, government tend to give seedling to farmers. So if we apply for it, some they will give you 2,000 slate of cocoa, or where I know it's government cocoa of which they have recommended. So we didn't tend to go in, but some other youth I know will collect that and sell. They have the land there. The still will be given to them free. But that zeal for them to do it is not there. So government need to like put a team monitoring team that will like, okay, if this thing is being given to an individual, we need somebody that will be monitoring them in that short term. Because once you give me a seedling I planted like 1 or 2 years, and you monitor me, in a couple of 3 years, I will excel in what I'm doing. We also have protection of service. That protection of service is the area of those that are working here, because you have to like encourage those that you are even employed. I know some people are working in a very harsh environment, and most young people are looking up to them. And in some aspect where you see an employee complain that he fell sick for like 3 or 4 years, government did not even send any aid to him, and neither is the employee. People tend to get fed up. I think it's the reward system. When you tend to take your citizen too seriously too, you make those young people believe in themselves that okay, my country can do more about if I'm down, they can stand for me. If I'm not doing well, they can like encourage me to go more. I think these are a little one I have to. Maybe if you have any idea again, I'll see it in the chat box. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay. What you saying? Yeah, you can speak up.
Okay, yeah, good evening. Nice again, everybody. So I think one of the problems that because now we're looking at Africa at large, one of the problems that we have in Africa is education. Education, and this is not just just looking at the basic education level, that is the lower cadre for kids from, let's say, for primary schools, nursery to primary school. So my own idea about it is how do we get things across to them to ensure that even irrespective of whatsoever is happening in their country, because in Africa currently we have war-torn zones, which they are currently on conflict and so many issues, leading to people not being able to go to school, not talk of having time to even teach you anything. You just have to go with what you have on your head, and you're just trying to run to safety. So despite this, how do we create a product or something can be used? And this will be in partner with United Nations, like relief organizations that have access to these people. Because when it comes to war, they are the first line of people that have access to them. So we partner with them to help develop these kids so that they have the basic education that is needed. Because the top priority of African problems is education. Now, if you have education, is not just it does not it's not just basically just going to school, but it is much more than that. You can go to school and still be able to do something in a national way. But when it comes to education, it means that okay, you know how to communicate, you know how to bring up solutions to some certain things. So if we can develop a product that can even in non-water zone areas in Lagos State, even if we let's say for example now, in Lagos State, there are days that when you take a tour and you go around during the 2 hours, you see kids outside or at home playing, are not going to school. And then you begin to ask questions. What happened? Why you know in school? Blah blah blah. And they say probably the school fees is too high. They can't afford it and the like. So we should try to look at if there is a possibility of creating an alternative in which they can access these things and probably someone can actually be able to be part-time, have an interface with them to learn. So they learn these things gradually and over time they can start learning by themselves. So the basics have to be worked on. So that's what I will say about the problem facing the youth of like education is one of the major things that Africa generally is coping with. For example, now let's say for example, comparing to other continents, Africans have streamlined the way they educate, irrespective of whatever is going on in the world. We are still back the way we teach in 90s, it's still the same we teach in 2000 or 2034. There's no changes to the syllabus. There's no there's no upgrade. Yeah, let me use that word upgrade. But when you go outside there, you see little kids doing so many things, doing so many wonderful things. And this is because they've been exposed to these things at a very tender age. They're able to learn at a tender age. So I think we have to look for a way to do a product, just my own idea, just to do a product that can be in conjunction with companies or firms that can sell out or give out to this type of field so that in the long run they can also be able to learn one or two things. We have different ways they can learn. They can be going to what we call it summer school, not really like in the summer, but just a school that like a coaching school that they can learn things. We have little people who are doing robotics, who are doing AI learning and machine learning and all the things. That these are the things that they will learn in which will assist them. And with time, the world will force the response with them. So education is something that I really love to work on. But I just suggested it as something that we can also work on as a group. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Oluwatomisin. Before I say what I like, before I say what I have to say concerning all of these points that have been noted, I don't know if any other person would like to say something. Because I prefer we all speak up, then we can, you know, do the thinking and evaluating together. So I don't know, Miss Georgine, JC, Ikena, I don't know, do you guys have anything to say? Though I saw a message by from Honey Ajani. Would you like to speak more on mental health? I think that's a very critical area too that should be talked about, because you see youths going into a lot of things that they shouldn't, especially youths that have, like, say, bright future, that they have something to actually give to the society. So Honyajani, you are free to speak up, please. I would like if you could say something about it. JC, Georgine, Kena, Cyrus, I don't know. So before we start evaluating this point, please. Ifeleke. Okay.
Well, I've not been online due to bad network, so I didn't start with you guys, so I don't really
So
understand what we're treating.
I don't know if you can see the slide currently on identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. So that's where we're
Yeah,
currently at.
okay.
Yeah.
What did we start with from the beginning?
Sorry?
What did we start with? The lecture that was um, given from the beginning.
I don't think it's about the lecture though, because we're talking about Oluwatobi, would you like to say something? Please do.
Yeah. So the class started with product development. It's in that. So we
Thank you.
talked about the processes. This was taken by the policy. She talked about the processes and the things that are involved in product development. And after that, she gave a classwork. And we used that one classwork that we should come up with a product using the design thinking process to identify and to build products which identify or solve the problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. So we are at that point now. So we are brainstorming on what are the problems that are being faced by young people in Africa, and we are looking at the possible solution or the possible way we can create a solution for that. Thank you.
Thank you. So Ikena, do you have anything to say? Okay. So
No.
uh, okay. So Audi, Jesse, yeah, you can unmute and speak.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one of the problems that I think faces many young people is poverty. Simply the lack of money, just in simple terms, because um very many things. Okay, money may not be the basic of life, but you can say that it can be the center of many things. So this is something that can be a problem to many youths, because that is why you see these days youths are trying to engage themselves in different kind of activities so as to just earn this money. You get that youths are trying to be in school, believing that that may at least get them to a place that they can earn money. Youths are trying to. That is why unemployment is a problem in our lives today, because with lack of employment, you can't get the money that you require for a living. So that is why um, there's that case of unemployment being a problem. At the same time, you see youths are trying to do businesses here and there so as to earn money. And at the same time, there are those people who are trying to get that money, but in illegal terms. You get that people are trying to steal, people are trying to be robbers just to earn this money. And at the same time, people are trying. There are very many ways that people today have engaged just to bridge the gap between them and money, which can at least help them in their living. That is why, at the same time, like in Kenya today, we are facing trouble with scamming, that is online scamming. You get that there's this site that comes to you, tells you you can earn money in this and this kind of way, and when it lures you into it, it looks very lucrative, and once you engage with it, there is a fee that you usually pay first, and after paying that fee, that site disappears all of a sudden. So you get that people are really trying to bridge this gap between them and earning this money at the same time. So I think money is a very big lack of money is a very big problem that is facing the youths today. So were we giving the problem plus the solution, or the problem first? Not sure.
Yeah, I would like us to start with the problems, then we can talk about the solutions together. Because I actually feel that all of these are kind of connected. So I want everyone to speak before we start, you know, evaluating these points.
Okay, so that was my contribution.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jesse. So no one,
Okay, thank
uh, Oluwa Tomisin, you raised your hands. Please, I think you'd be the last person to speak about problems or something, since no other person wants to. Oluwa
Okay,
Tomisin.
so when it comes to now peculiar to the youths now, I think monitoring or application is one of the things that I see that
Sorry,
affects.
sorry,
Can you hear
please
me?
repeat. Please repeat, sir.
Okay, so I said with regards to the youth peculiar now, I
Yeah,
think one of the things that is affecting the youth now is the ability to apply what
yeah,
is being learned.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have opportunities to learn some things. You have the things that are worth thousands or millions of naira. And yes, after doing this first, there's nothing to show for it or nothing to monitor what you are doing, like what you have passed through. So I think there should be something. Let's say now this is related to the government. So if government always train 1,500, 20,000, 50,000 youths, and they're like, okay, when you train these people, now there should be something that is used to monitor their ability to implement these things that they've learned. It's not about, like, for example, now let me use Nigeria as a peculiar case. They can train people, they can give them instruments or equipment, but yet after 6 months, we go back, this person is not even what, not even in that line at all. He has gone to do something else. The instrument says not even with the person again. So I think Another problem is how to ensure that whatever is, because so many organizations are trying their best to equip the youth. For example, I don't know, most of us will know ALX Africa, and this is my dream connect now, empowering the youth. How do we now monitor that? Okay, yes, these people have been equipped. Now they are what? They are out there and they are doing something for the economy, because the long goal of this thing is when they are doing these things, they bring in sales, they earn, and they give taxes to the government and the like. So we can also look at that another problem also, which is what application of what is being learned or being trained upon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So let's go straight to the point. Because Simon, Oluwatomisin, JC, thanks a lot for the contributions you've made. But I don't know, I kind of noticed that they were all related. They were all, they had a connection. So I don't know. I'm going to speak up now. But I would want you guys, if you have any conclusion or opposition, I don't know if I should say opposition, to what I'm about to say, you can also speak up. And now, okay, I think in two areas, it was the government was being mentioned frequently. Yeah, I understand that the government has a major role to play in this, but I don't know, is this something that is there something that we can do, like, concerning this? Because I feel this is actually a bit out of our reach for we individuals, for we youths that have come up to identify the problem, and then now most of us, we are going into the government that they should provide social amenities, protection of services, and also that somebody, does anybody raise their hand? Mayetunde, you want to?
I did. I want to say thank you to everyone here for that contribution. Now, the reason why I had to raise my hand is I wanted to remind you of what we did this morning in the leadership class, and when we were told that sometimes we complain about government, this government, that, can we create a solution and advise government to do? So I think we are still not out of place. I don't know. I just thought we should have that and then help you remember what we did this morning. If you were in class for the leadership.
Please, sorry, can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, I said for the leadership, during the leadership session in the morning, we were told that, yeah, most times you see young people saying government this, government that, government is not giving us this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the facilitator told us, he advised that instead of complaining about what government is not doing, why not put it together as a product or as an idea and sell it to the government to do? So I think we're not out of place if everybody is pointing fingers towards government. So what can be done? Can something be created to solve that problem? Can we create a system to solve that problem and then make a presentation to the right body that can help solve that problem? Do you understand it? So we can still create a solution to solve the problem, whatever problem, because I could see that I see two things coming up from time to time. The fact that in some, usually the one about monitoring and evaluation, where people get to see. We are all, I've heard somebody said the youth in, I think, is it Kenya or something? They were equipped and then they went ahead to go and sell it. Let me give you a short story. We also have a skill development center in Otago State. The first project that was actually done there when they just built that place newly before it became a dilapidated building. Government, no, it wasn't even government, an organization, a private organization actually gave the community millions of naira to empower the youth, right, in that community. I won't mention the name of the organization. Millions of naira. So the person who handled the project was a youth, a young person. Do you know what they did? They went ahead, they trained them on not hair making. I think it was makeup, artistry, fashion, designing, and they now bought equipment for everyone, and then some other vocational skills, vulcanizing and what have you. They bought equipment for everybody that came, and what did they do? the majority of the participants went ahead to sell all of this equipment, because people will hear government doing something and then they jump in all in the name of, I need to come and collect my own share. And when they get it, they will endure the classes, they will come, and then at the end of the program, they collect the money or collect the tools, and then they go and sell it, and they don't do anything. So I think you guys are really, thinking in the right direction, and then you're coming up with, because it's a big problem. A lot of young people will collect it, and the next thing they want to do is go and sell. If you're not going to be using this skill properly, then do not go for it. Don't take it. Do you understand? So I think it's also a problem that we need to pay attention to. Yeah. So that's why I had to raise my hand to call your attention to, because the facilitator rightly said it this morning. Everything that we're pointing at the government or pointing towards the government that they're not doing well, then we should be able to create a solution and then look for a way to present it to them and see how that problem can actually be solved. Thank you.
Okay, ma. Thanks a lot, ma. So I don't know, from the points noted down, the government has a major role to play, and then skill acquisition and education. The government is in charge of providing employment opportunities, and provision of social amenities and any other support that can come with these youths being acquiring skill and trying to establish themselves. So the question is identify any problem now, and these are our problems. We have a lot of problems. Is it that we are now pinning it down on the government, or we are going hand in hand with education, skill acquisition, and the government? Because I think for me, that's actually the point I got. Okay, if you're okay, you can speak up. So I'm speaking now. That are we saying?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can.
Yeah, I was busy. I was busy. Yeah. So, regarding to what you guys have concluded and discussed, I think the question shared here is talking about a product. We should come out with a product, and if we are coming out with a product, I don't think we should refer a government. This is a personal thing that we can discuss, work on, make a research on, because the question says that using design thinking. As a designer, we should use our thinking to come up with something. So when we are coming up with something, I can easily ask you that, where do you work? I ask this, I ask B, where do you work? Then I can use that to make a research. What experience, what challenge do you guys face in your company or where you work? So when you bring out a point, okay, Eluma, can you speak now?
Okay. So let me help you a little bit more. If I can
Okay.
mute yourself. Mute yourself. Sorry. Okay. So now, yeah, all the problems that you guys have come up with, they're very good. And I believe strongly that a product is not just, we have to take out the government. A problem is a problem. To solve that problem, we must create a solution. The solution is the product that we're coming up with. Whether we are creating that solution for private organizations, public service, or an individual, it is a solution. That's a product. So if we have all identified similar problems that is pointing to the government, we now have to come together and say, okay, how do we solve this problem? Like I think Oluwa, Tomisi, and another person mentioned something about monitoring. It could mean, okay, do we want to create a monitoring software or monitoring and evaluation software that can enable government to monitor even all of these people that they are signing up for training? We want to see what have they done. Are we going to create milestones for their progress? Will they come and give progress reports? That's a solution. I'm just giving you an idea. So think around these problems that you have identified, and then you now say, okay, let's create this solution. Let's create this solution, which will be a product that will solve that problem. At least you can get started. Okay, we have this challenge, we have it there. What do we do about it? So that's the solution you're coming up with. So if we now say, oh, okay, this is the solution we've come up with, we can now think of, okay, maybe do we need to partner with private organization to reach out to governments to, launch this? Do you understand? But the first thing is a solution that can help to solve this problem that we all are talking about. Then we can now think of what's the next thing. Are we going to partner with any organization? Do we have to raise our own personal funds? Or do we have to even sell it directly to government? Or do we have to partner directly with government to execute, or to launch this solution and continue to scale? That's what the part two of the question should help you do. If I like over to you.
Okay, so actually, I'm trying to bring out some points, but my point is going like, because I just did a recent project recently. It was given by a federal government, and it's a very vital project, which is a product as well. So that is how we got this kind of question. That's how we form a team, like 3 to 4 teams, to come up with something. Now, what I'm trying to say, this question says a product. We should identify the problem, which is the product, and look for a solution to solve it. So first thing first is to brainstorm. What could be a problem? Now, for example, now I can use a problem like electricity. We don't have electricity in Nigeria. How can we go about it? Then we'll discuss it. What can we use to solve the problem? We can come up like something like, maybe we can invest on inverter, AI robots, like AI robots inverter that can generate light for us, like 24 hours light. That is a product. Then we can work on it. So we now including government. That we don't need to include government. Is when I believe that it is when you make an attempt on something, when they see this thing, that this thing is valued, is very reasonable, they can make attempt to it, or contact the person that invests it, or the group or the team that invests this kind of thing, that this thing can be useful to the community. Are you get what I'm saying? So when you are discovering this thing, and when you saying I'm looking for a product or a problem we are facing, we are not saying that, we are not trying to say that a problem that the government and that is affecting we youth. We youth are creative generally. We are talented, but all we just need is opportunity. We lack the opportunity, the open space. We don't have a good mentors, people that will guide us enough. We need someone that will guide us enough, coordinators, open our sight to good things, because our forefathers have a lot of opportunities. That's why many of them now, they are millions. Many of them are millions now because they had the opportunity to travel out, to invest in their skills, in their career. But we youth now, this generation now, we lack those things. We don't have the opportunity of it. But if we have the opportunity of this to invest on something, like somebody here said that about agricultural aspects, we can also pick a product from there. Then we, as a UI designer, we can design the interface, the design. Like a graphic designer can come up with something, a UI designer can come up with something. So how would this work? How would this take impact to the community? I think that should be a product, but I don't believe we should involve a government into this now, because when we come up with something like we are saying here now, without involving them, when they see it outside there, they will surely find who invested this. That's what
Thank
makes
you
us
very much.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Ifeleke. And thank you to everyone. Ifeleke, I understand where you're coming from. So now, can you see my screen?
No, ma.
No, ma'am.
Oh, you can see the screen again. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big issue. Oh, it's still showing the addition, and you still can't see it. Can you see the classwork on the screen?
No, not yet shown. It's not showing yet.
Okay. So somebody is seeing it. I wonder why you guys are not seeing it. If you look at it, the first thing on the screen says, can you see the screen now? Okay, JC can see it, others can see it. Okay. So if like brainstorming, can you see it? Yeah, everybody can see it. Can you see it now, Ifeluke?
Actually, I can't see it. Maybe it could be something wrong. Maybe it will come up by himself, but I've not seen it yet.
Okay, so the brainstorming process is all about generating a large quantity of ideas without judgment. So when you come in and say, oh, don't do this, that means you're already judging. No, a product is not necessarily, oh, all about, we want to generate millions, we want to, do you understand it? I'm just trying to clear something right now. Of course, what you are saying is correct, but you can generate products from any idea or any problem that exists. And I think that's what everybody took their time to do, you know, at the beginning of the class task. So they have identified all the challenges, and then we found out that there is a common problem that everybody is talking about, right? There's something really similar in everybody's concerns and the ideas or the challenges that they are facing. If you look at it says identify any problem commonly faced by young people in Africa. Do you get it? So mentioning government is not that, oh, they're saying, oh, this happens. They're all references. So please always try to listen carefully before you make a conclusion. I don't think anybody has spoken out of place. They have actually identified the challenges that is being faced, and of course we cannot rule out government. Now some people mentioned, oh, government will do skill acquisition and this and that, and the one I mentioned is not even government. Do you realize that it's an organization that found it worthy to do a community or CSR and gave the community money, and the youth still squandered it? Now the organization can decide, we can design a product that actually focuses on monitoring such projects and ensuring that youth do the right thing. And if we now say, okay, government, because government is doing a whole lot of skill acquisition program, sometimes I want to call it, yeah, it's not a wastage. They're not supposed to be wasting money, but of course it turns out to be a waste in this way the youth actually uses what they have been given. Of course, government will do it for a good cause, but you know, the people that have been given the skills and the opportunities will go and mess it up. So now we can now say, oh, we're creating a product to manage that process such that, you know, the solution or what's that, the offering or the solution that government is trying to create is properly achieved or effectively achieved. I don't know if you're getting it. So it's not about, yeah, we can look at, oh, NEPA. NEPA is just, well, it's a Niger thing for now. NEPA is Niger. Now we're looking generally at Africa. What is a common problem that we have found in Africa that we think we need to solve this problem and reduce it? Because even the issue of NEPA, if you find out that if we are able to solve the problem of young people will go into the KIKEDC, that's the electric, what's it called, the power generating company, and they will do the right thing. But if they can't lead, remember what we're told about leadership this morning. If you cannot even lead yourself, that means you will be part of the corruption, and you will, when you see the opportunity to steal money, you steal. When you get into a system, the only thing you have in your mind is, oh yeah, just the money, how to make money, and they will go ahead and do it. That's why people will take skill acquisition or be part of skill acquisition programs, and then when they are only going there to go and get the machines, and when they get the machine, they want to sell it, you know, and squander the money. So we cannot, that helps to manage the process, either be working directly with government or partnering with government, and then do an assessment before even anybody can be signed up for that program. If you are not qualified, we send you to the right place. I'm just giving you ideas on products that can be generated, and at the end of the day, you can now say, okay, this is what it will cost. This is how people will sign up. If it's government that is paying for it, if it's an international organization that will pay for it, even if it's users that will pay for it, we come and then come up with a solution and That's also a product. Like, I don't know if you get me right now, because what you have said is correct, but you are bringing it from, maybe a Niger part or a businessman point of view who wants to just do it to make the money. I can get it.
No, 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 ma. I'm just bringing an.
I'm just saying. So what they have said, all that they have said, in fact, all the brainstorming session has been so interesting and wonderful, because people shared ideas of the pain points that they feel, and then that they know that other people are feeling as well. And from there we can generate multiple. Yeah, we can think of, yeah, if everybody was thinking around just power only. Yeah, maybe our solution would have been around power. There's something common in the conversation that everybody,
I can't hear you, ma'am.
can you hear me? Goodness, I can hear you. Check your speaker. I can hear you. I hope everyone, if you can hear me, please kindly use a reaction button so that we know that you can hear me. Great. So we need to pay attention to it, because there are a lot of problems facing, because really people in Nepal, they were once, in fact, the top people, the guys that are old, they were once youth. Something happened while they were, well, maybe they weren't properly coached, and then when they got to all of these places of positions or leadership, rather positions of leadership, they mismanaged the opportunity that they've been given. Thankfully, we did leadership this morning. So we want to look at it from that viewpoint where, okay, we've identified a challenge faced by young people in Africa, and then we create a product that's a solution that then you can now start designing. It can be in form of an application. Yeah, in fact, that's why you're doing that's why I said using design thinking process, create it, and then it's better we do something digital. At least start with a digital solution. It could mean we're building a website to create information about this problem, and then we are using that solution to create awareness. You can start from there, and then our next milestone is after the creation of awareness. We want to create. Let me not start giving you all the my own ideas, so that it's not my idea but your own ideas. I don't know if I have, if my point is clear now. Pelike, thank you. Well done. I like that. I like the energy. But please pay attention to what others are also discussing. And then you can now look for how to marry how you are listening to it, or create an idea or generate ideas from your own viewpoint to connect with what others are talking about in the classroom. Thank you. So well done. Well done. Thanks. Over to you. Goodness, yeah.
Yes, ma. Thanks a lot, ma. Thanks, Ifeleke. Your points were noted and appreciated also. So I don't know. I feel for me, I would suggest a solution. So we have a lot of problems, as I earlier said. We've noted down a lot of problems already. That's in government, that's leadership, and then skill acquisition. So I'm suggesting that if it's possible for us to, as you rightly said, ma, how do we connect these individuals, or the youths that are skilled, the youths that are qualified, like the youths that should be empowered, because not all youths should be empowered. For me personally, I would not say that I'm not even going to say I'm putting 40% of this burden to the government, though they have a part to play. But there are also youths that are doing well, and I would not say the government. A lot of youths are striving, and they are excelling in different areas of in different areas of life. And I would not say the government is in any way or directly connected to their success. Yes, I understand. For more of the youth to also succeed, the government should be involved, because they need a propelling force for it. But since leadership and the government is connected some way, and also a lot of my a lot of we all are have agreed that yeah, leadership, government. So I think if it's possible for us to create a platform where we identify youth that are skilled and qualified, not just to identify the youth that are skilled and qualified, we also create a platform. It's kind of connected, as I said, to also skilled and educated. Obviously, I think that's the basics for being qualified, if I'm correct. Because if you are educated, education should change someone's mindset. Some persons that will go through education and there's nothing to write home about. Even the uneducated person is better in terms of communication, in terms of how they think and every other thing. But I feel that's actually the basics: education and skill acquisition. Now, if we can identify this already educated people, educated youths, and youths that have this skill, and try to create a platform where they are seen by actually people that need them in Africa or in the world, where we can, how will I put it? Should I say showcase or advertise these individuals? And also a platform, that can impact skill to those that are not, because I'm actually in that category. Thank God for the My Dream Connect. I'm actually in that category. I literally don't have any skill. I was thinking about it, like I shared with you guys in the morning section. I don't have any skill that if something should be available, the government should call on something now. I don't know where I'm falling into. Except the fact that the experience I had before coming to school helped me a lot, a lot. But literally, I don't have any skill. So I don't know if that can be merged. How will I put it? I'm trying to use the right words here. Please help me and bear with me. Those youths that are educated, qualified. I'm using the word qualified to connect with being educated and skilled. But sometimes education will not just work. Sometimes the two just have to go hand in hand. And also a platform too that helps those the other set of youths that are not skilled, that are not qualified, which are maybe educated, not skilled, or are skilled, not educated. It covers it covers a lot. It's like this platform will help. And then also this organization, it's also connecting to organizations that will help them. And then it's also help, like organizations will also be there to impact these skills. Organizations like My Dream Connect or any other, like if we can broaden the platforms that we teach many other skills, maybe not just digital, just tech skills, those agricultural skills, because people think they know about agriculture, but actually they don't, because they are better, and the world's getting advanced, so they need to be enlightened more. And then a support. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. No, I'm talking too much. I don't know. Please, you guys should say something. Speak up if you have anything to say. This platform helps people that are already qualified, and I'm using the word qualified to cover the skilled and educated people, to meet people that will help them. And it also helps those that are not skilled and educated. We know these people, we know these youths, we want to help them out now. And then also help those people that are not skilled and educated. We train them, we put them in platforms, we put them in institutions. We obviously, My Dream Connect cannot do it alone. We need the help of a lot of organizations, you get the government. So I don't know if any other person has anything to say. I think this will help a bit to solve the problems. It connects to leadership, it connects to the youth. So, because obviously, when I see my friend, she has acquired a skill and she's she's closer to achieving success than I am, I would be motivated to join in. No room for indulging in fraudulent acts or doing any other thing that's not. So I think that's all I have to say. Any contributions? Oh my God, I talked too much. Please, any contribution? Oluwatomisin, I'd like to hear you speak. Just say something.
Okay. I think since we've been able to identify the problems, I think the focus is now what do we do next. I think that's the next thing that what's uh what for some of the problems that have been identified. If there's a unifying center, like everything's called the same thing. So what can we do as one, like maybe one or two products that can actually solve this problem, and then we can begin to look at other things after that. Thank you.
Okay, so I have said something that I think we can do, or we can start from somewhere. Do you have something else to say? JC, Simon, Honey, Georgine, you guys, Georgine, you've not said anything yet. Honey, you've not said anything yet. I would really want full participation here, please, 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 please. So I don't know. I said something about a website. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but a website that helps us identify these youths that are educated, these youths that are qualified, to bring them up. Obviously, we are going to test run. Are you really educated? There should be systems. Okay. There should be systems put in place to like verify this, because it's not a joke. Then also to help those ones that are not qualified, that don't have the skill to like get the skill, and then they will still join the set of people that now have the skill. We'll put them up, and then we help them from there. The government will be in support. Obviously, when the government sees something like that, even if at first they are not in support of it, when they see something like that and we put up a proposal. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please say something.
Okay, so now that you have identified a list of problems, you want to test it by creating a survey and sharing with people to find out, like do a research of what people think about these problems that you identified. So you want to create a survey, paying attention to their age group, trying to, when you say, remember when I was telling you about personal personnel, you need to know. So I won't share the survey. It was from a group that an assignment actually that we actually did. And we identified youth unemployment as a problem in Africa. Youth unemployment too, and then we down to the brainstorm. We began to ask questions about what are the so we sent out a survey that asked questions from different age groups to start with. I think we started from ages maybe 17 to so we created the different age groups to help know, okay, what are different age groups thinking about the challenges. We asked about their challenges, all challenges around youth employment. So we came up with a list of questions that could help us, get the right answer and make sure that the questions are objective questions. Except for the last one where we asked them to tell us a little bit about, okay, what do they think about the problem or any other information that they can give to us. What I can try to do is share the survey with you. It's still open just to see and have an idea of, okay, in your own area or in your own um, creation of solutions to the problems that you have. What questions should we be asking our audience? Then, how should we put the questions so that I can help guide you? Because now the problems have been identified by 12 of us in this room, or let's say 13, in some people, internet that choose them out with the left. So now that we have come up with this, we have come to the table and we brainstorm. We want to make a research to find out what others think about it or how this same how others feel about the same problem, right? Remember where I said user-centric approach can use a research, yeah, can do a research. Where is that? Yeah, empathize, understand the user needs through research and observation anyway, because the people that are going to use it, we need to find out from them. What is the need? How do they think about it? Are they feeling the way we're feeling? If yes, then we now have data to back up our um, um, fact that yes, truly this is a problem. this person feels it, this person is feeling it, this person has the same thing. So we have multiple people with similar problem. And then we can now say, okay, this is the problem statement. From that, you generate problem statement. And then you can now continue to. Yeah, so of course, you have identified a possible solution. The next thing will now be, okay, this solution. Now, the solution that you have, you want to find out also, are people feeling interested in this kind of, so you have to come up with a solution in such a way that when you're putting it together, I think what I'll just do is I'll go ahead and send you the sample survey. Read through it. Because after we generated our, yeah, we had this brainstorming session. That was when we generated that survey to help reach out to other people that feel okay, fall into that category. And even the ones that don't fall into that category, that won't be able to just get their insights also. And we got a lot of insights. And now we developed a step for that solution eventually. We'll be presenting it soon. So the truth is, this one that we have identified can also develop it. And then can become a product that we will eventually sell, either as either for profit or not for profit. And yet that youths are creating solutions to the challenges faced in Africa by African youth. So I'm going to go ahead and send you the link. But with that, then you can continue to work on creating your surveys. I don't know how we're going to create that link between you and your exam. Anyway, something we can always do in the classroom, and then we can, don't worry, we'll look for a way to create that link. And I'll just share the surveys with both groups. You can look at it. It's a meeting. We can meet, let me know. So now Georgine is the team lead. We can create a project for this particular work that we guys are doing. And then on that platform, we can continue to interact and drop your ideas and share ideas, and let's see if it's something that we can bring to life. Of course, I believe in what you guys are thinking about. I believe that all the concerns and challenges are valid, and that we can solve the problems together as young people that God has placed the continent in Africa. I think I'd like to stop there. So if you have any conversation that you want to, want to go ahead with your conversation, and then as we round up, I'll create a group for this project so that everyone in the US and social media can find on that platform for us to continue to work on it. Do we agree to that? Yeah. We will come together and work on it so that this will be fun. Right? Okay, so thank you all for. Are we still together? It looks like I'm in the past now. The thing is still in the class. Who else is still in the class? Who else is in the class? Goodness, yeah, Jovin. Help others. Simon, yeah. Casey, yeah, amazing. All right, great. I believe that Felipe and Cyrus and Fadikemi are still here. Well, all right. So thank you. So we'll do the next thing is Goodness is going to put together the I'll send to you, Goodness, a document where you can put together all of these ideas that you have generated, and then the conversation that we've had today. We put everything together on it, and then you can put it on the drive. Everybody can see it, so that everybody can work on it. I'll create a drive for everyone to also work together in collaborative platform where you all can go and then drop your ideas on it while you fine tune the project. And let's see what we all can do together as youth to ensure that we are providing solutions to the problems that have been generated a long time ago and it continues to grow. We want to reduce, we want to lessen the pain. Let's see what we can do with that. So the UI um, team, be ready. By the time we're done putting all of this there, so I would advise that the marketing group will be the one to come up with all of the questions. Yeah. So you're going to come up with the survey questions. Of course, UIS can participate as well. Everybody can participate, but of course, use your ideas or your skill as marketing. Yeah, well, I want to start calling experts to generate survey questions that will help to, ask the right questions and generate that will um, help others to contribute. And when we're done, we send it out, share it on the platform, share it to your friends, and then at the end of the day, we can get some of our data analysts, participants to help us analyze whatever data we get from the survey and questionnaires that we're going to be throwing out. Then we cannot make informed decision after that on what needs to be. Do you all agree? All right, so any question? Thank you, goodness. So any question, any kind of question you have, let's go ahead. Then Oluwatomisin, how many people are in digital media on this call? Please signify by raise your hand. Signify, goodness, Oluwatomisin, Casey, who else? Georgine, who else? I think Fadikem is in digital media. Is that not so? So what's your experience? Oluwatomisin is your Oluwatomisin, are you guys presenting tomorrow or next?
No, we are presenting the next Thursday.
So why are you guys not cooperating with him now? I learned that they're not cooperating with you. Is it you? Because Vivian sent me a message. So how many people? I learned you only have 2 people. I don't understand. How is that possible? We have.
And I think that's actually UI UX that are presenting tomorrow.
No. Did you write to Vivian?
Yes, there was something that made me write to Vivian because I actually put up a poll on the group initially to ascertain the number of people that are actively participating in digital marketing. So after doing the polls, we got I think 6 people. Then Vivian actually like saying we should carry everybody along. And unfortunately, as we carry everybody along on the group, we have facilitators who are on that tag, and we have even past facilitators on that tag also in the same group with us.
No, they're not. Except people sneak. I'm not sure. Except people sneak in and they're lying to you just so they won't participate.
So because I've identified it.
Five of us there that are not supposed to participate. Myself, Vivian, Inga, Patrick, and what's his guy? Emmanuel.
Okay, I think it was. So I actually sent out a personal messages to everybody today. Aside from those that we have been chatting together to check up on what they are doing. And then this person, I actually identified the person to Vivian, told me that he was the facilitator in the last class, in the last cohort. Oh, okay. The name is Olubenga Edson Williams.
That's your facilitator now.
Yeah, so the name was actually tagged by Vivian because if you check our group chat, you see that I tagged the 6 active people. Then she tagged other people that I should carry them along because when she tagged us, I had to tag them. I had to go and meet her. Like I want like the people that are active because I'm not sure if everybody are part of the class. So I don't want to assume that everybody is part of the class and then I begin to put burden on someone that is not meant to be part of the class. So I had to tell her. So she said, no, that everybody should carry that. I said, okay, no problem. So today when I checked with some of the people, some of them, the feedback I was getting was like, no,
We
I'm
have
not part of it, this and that.
the good thing is they
So
don't class. Okay, so let me tell you the people that won't participate. We have Patrick Ukeme, Vivian, 1840, Genga, Nigerian Connect, and Omon. We have Fire Kemi, we have Georgine, we have Goodness, we have
yes,
Immaculate, we have Infinite Reality, we
immaculate.
have Consult, we have JC, we have Joshua Oluwatobi, we have Kevin Kahira. Kevin has been coming in and out of this guy. We have Nindat, we have Poet, we have Toby Loveback. So we have like 1, 2, 3. What's the end thing? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 of you that are supposed to be
Okay,
participants. Yes. So all
12,
of them,
12.
yeah, 12.
Okay,
12.
so apparently, probably I'm going to share the contacts. Like I'm going to highlight the tag in our group so that I think we
Target.
have to probably I'm missing a number out
So this
or
is what
something. But I know there is a duplicate number on that group, which I confirmed today, but the person is still going to take up that role by him or herself. So I would just highlight the numbers now. Like when I grouped the reading, I will highlight it for you now so that you can check. I know that Mr. Angwinga is out of it. I already spoke with the person. Goodness was tagged with him, so I already spoke to Goodness this afternoon to let her know that she was paired with somebody who's not part of us, so she should not worry about that. So just read her part. I will look at what I can do from my end also. So so that I had to like because I was I was kind of confused when I was getting the feedback. Like
Mhm.
so, but we'll see what we can do. We are having our presentation next week. So by today, tomorrow, we should have something ready. Then I think the people that are having the issues, according to what the message I got from the review, is the UI UX. So I think it's saying that it's just two people that is responding
And the
thus
admin
far,
of that place, I'm
and the
going to
presentation is tomorrow.
I don't know well. Simon, you are here. What so many UIUX participants are here on this call? Some of them, somebody else are here. How many UIUX? Ifeleke, how come you are in digital media and you are in UIUX? Ifeleke, you are here on mute. Please.
I am sorry. I'm not digital. I'm a UI designer. I don't know what my name is here.
Okay. So why are you not participating?
Sorry.
Are you participating tomorrow?
Yeah, I think someone sent me a book like that to go through. So I think I will go through the book then. Any
Imagine.
point of view now. Yeah. But
Okay, no problem. All right, let's more. Okay, so who else is not participating? Who else is in UIUX? Cyrus, where are you? Cyrus, Cyrus, don't run away. Cyrus, we are on mute.
I'm in the UI UX.
So why are you now not joining the group with you? Ah,
I'm going to I'm going to follow up today.
Simon, you can see Cyrus. Okay, Cyrus is there. Let me see who else is there. And Ifeleke. Okay, I'll thank all the students that you should reach out to. It's not good now. Everybody should participate.
It's actually tried to send the message all through. We're not responding well.
Nobody responded. They are hiding from responsibility. See you to Africa. Hey, you don't like to take responsibility. You like to hide and run away. Okay. So please, let's see what we can do. Well, you have in fact, less than how many hours now? Less than 12 hours to prepare. You can do the magic. I hope your presentation tomorrow will be interesting. I look forward to an interesting time with you guys. Okay, all right. I think that will be all for now. Please, let's contribute, let's participate, let's be part of it. All of these things that we're doing will help us become better. And yeah, it's for our own good, and we can make things happen. So let's please support the ones that we have. Um, what's the word, nominate to be our leaders. Okay? Thank you guys. I really appreciate you. I just tagged every student at okay. Okay. And you see all the students that you can reach out to, I've tagged them for you. And you have to say, hey, goodness, Chinazan. You guys, yeah. Okay. You get it. So,
Okay.
yeah, with someone else.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we still have a duplicates on the data marketing group, data media. So I think Fire came and Tobiloba is still same person. Check with that. Those fees paired together. So there's no problem with that. So, but I actually have reached out to I think everybody on this yeah, everybody on this group. So we just have to see how we can do that between now and tomorrow and see what we can do before the week runs out. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me this evening. I hope it was worth time. Today's class was worth your time. Thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. All right. So bye for now. Enjoy your evening. Ikena Opara. Where's Ikena? Ikena, you not in UIUX? Ikena. Ikena, where are you? UIUX or digital media? Ikena, don't run away. It has been bad. Okay, so are you in UIUX or digital media classroom? Are you supposed to be in digital media or UIUX? Where are you? Where do you, which of the tracks do you belong to? You are to missing. That's another person that you need to run after. That they will stop hiding. You see now, even do you know that the problems that you identified, we are facing it even in this our small clique in Igbo. People will hide when they're supposed to do things. So there's just so we need to start practicing. Yeah, we need to be deliberate.